You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Yeah! Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm Asa.
I'm Jim.
And we are your astute win counselors to get you through the week with any problems you might have or daily grind issues that you want to have addressed. So let's go right to it. Jesse from Denver, Colorado writes, Dear Win, is it acceptable to harass a male bartender in a nightclub until he lifts up his shirt in order to get him to show my girlfriends and I his abs? Well, Asa, clearly you probably have the best abs in this room. What do you think?
That's a really generous statement, and I just want to make a disclaimer to all the listeners that if you want to see these abs, you got to come down to the studio, baby.
Oh, all right. Are you going to also sling some drinks too, or just kind of take on the role?
Drinks include tap water, orange juice, and Fresca.
And they do have the best tap water of any tap water I've ever had down here at KZKO. It's amazing.
It's really good. I'm looking at our producer, and he's laughing at how good the water is.
Because he actually invented the ion technology to filter it and
no
make it
way.
so good. Yeah. And the owner, Robert, he's the one that allows them to do that. It's pretty amazing.
Not just an engineer of sound.
No, an engineer in general. Jimbo, what do you think about that whole thing about...
I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
It's objectifying someone. It is,
What's
and
wrong
I'll
with
be
that?
honest. I want to confess that I recently had a moment of chauvinism in my life.
Showmanism? Chauvinistic showmanship?
Yes, that's one way to put it. It was loud. It was in people's faces, and it just wasn't nice.
When did that happen, and what happened?
I really don't want to get into it. It's private and uncomfortable and embarrassing.
Okay.
But needless to say, I've been beating myself up over about it for several days. And, people aren't objects. Some people may take pride in their body, and if they're willing to walk around with it out on their own, that's fine. But if someone has it covered up, it's covered up for a reason, because they don't want to put that out into the world. And I think we all need to respect that and just let them be them.
Well, Jesse, I would say that maybe take it a step further. I mean, that is pretty aggressive. I'm assuming maybe it was a bachelorette party or something like that, and you're trying to get the bartender to lift up his shirt. Maybe the drinks that he pours you, just throw them all in his face, all over his body, so then he has to take his shirt off in order to not be uncomfortable. Because cranberry juice and orange juice and even
sticky.
Pepsi, a lot of Pepsi all over your body will make you really sticky, and you probably want to take your clothes off at that point. That would be the way to get to the same result without being chauvinistic or even objectifying the poor guy. All right.
Pour some cranberry juice on me,
baby.
Oh, my shirt's wet.
Sticky, and off it comes. Kent from Denver, Colorado writes, Dear Win, pork. Asa, what do you think Winner is trying to convey or seek advice on regarding by just saying pork? That's it.
Is there any punctuation?
Yeah, it was exclamation mark, and it was in quotes, pork.
Oh.
Clearly you have the answer. That's why I figured I'd send it to you.
Yes, well, an exclamation of pork often means loneliness. Because it's actually in acrostics.
Okay.
So each letter stands for a word, right? So P-O-R-K. P is please. O is offer. R is risk.
Right.
And K is Kierkegaard.
Kierkegaard.
Please offer risk, Kierkegaard. And I think we all know Kierkegaard is the forefather of modern existentialism. So,
which is another way of saying kindly. Please offer risk kindly.
Well, I think Kierkegaard in Danish means graveyard.
Oh. Huh. All right.
So, I mean, he knew about life and death and meaning in life and
existence.
So pork also is holds a lot of meaning and weight in the Jewish tradition.
Yeah.
As well as in the tradition of barbecue.
Oh, barbecue pork is so good.
So across the board, pork means a lot.
All right, Jim.
Well, I mean, just looking at the punctuation, it's a command. He is commanding someone or something to pork. I'm going to say maybe he is a cattle breeder.
Oh,
and so he needed some more cows, needed some baby cows. So he was probably yelling at his bulls to get to work.
Well,
pork! Pork!
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I would have guessed something completely different, but, I'm kind of leaning in that direction, Jim. I would have thought maybe it was a Chick-fil-A campaign ad or something. Maybe he's a marketing guy for Chick-fil-A. You know how they got the cows up there? It says eat more chicken, right? Then, well, why don't it's just the pork? They have the pigs up there running around on these, billboards, maybe even like the electronic ones that you'd see in downtown or in Times Square or something, of them chasing each other and like chickens. And therefore, subconsciously, you want to eat more chicken.
I just want to make an addendum to what I said.
Yeah.
Because if pork is please offer risk, Kierkegaard, then I want to offer this risk, which is approach a stranger, look them in the eyes, really stare him down and tell him you love him sincerely.
Wow.
That's a risk.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful risk.
That's beautiful.
Good luck, Kent.
Well, to give you one little piece of inspiration to finish off the rest of the show for you, on lieu of those awesome, awesome positive words by Asa, it's a little thing called Horoscope Corner.
Fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Oh, some words of wisdom for Taurus out there today. As your sign is in the setting house of Aquarius, which is a water sign. So that's a reminder that if you don't go to the KZKO website, to the Win show page on iTunes or on YouTube and subscribe, leave a review, check us out, you're going to drown.
Thanks for listening to Win on KZKO. Don't forget to interact with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. See you next week.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.